This is the Ninja DT202BK Foodi Pro Air Fry Oven. I bought it because dinner at my place was turning into a juggling act, with a cramped toaster oven and a basket air fryer that could only handle a handful of wings at a time. I wanted one thing that could replace both, handle bigger batches, and not make me wait forever to preheat. After months of cooking everything from lazy weeknight fries to full roasts, I've got a pretty clear picture of what this thing does well and where it tests my patience. In its category, it sits in a sweet spot. It's not a fancy smart oven with cameras or an app, and it's not a budget toaster oven either. It's a big, capable countertop oven for people who want speed and volume without handing over the cost of a high-end pro brand. If you cook for more than 2 people, or you like sheet pan dinners and meal prep, it makes sense. If you're in a tight studio and you only toast a bagel now and then, it's probably more oven than you need. Real life with it starts with the preheat. It's fast. I hit air roast or bake, glance down to grab a cutting board, and the oven's already at temp. That changes how I cook on weeknights. I'm more likely to roast veggies or do a tray of potatoes because the mental hurdle of waiting for the big oven is gone. I've done 2-level sheet pan meals, chicken thighs on one rack, broccoli and carrots on the other, and actually pulled both trays out evenly cooked. No swap, no rotate. That's been the most useful surprise. Air fry is where I spend the most time. Frozen fries and nuggets come out crisp without babysitting. Chicken wings turn out excellent if I pat them dry, hit them with a little baking powder and seasoning, and spread them across the basket. They get that shattering skin I'm after, even if it isn't the same as deep fried. Reheating leftovers is another sleeper win. Pizza comes back to life, crispy bottom, hot cheese, not soggy. Fried chicken picks up its crunch again in a way the microwave can't touch. I use reheat more than I expected. Whole roast has become my shortcut for weekend dinners. A 5-pound chicken browns evenly and cooks faster than my full-size oven. I trust the thermometer more than the included timing guide. Mine usually runs a little cooler than the display suggests, so I aim by internal temp and have had juicy results. The pizza mode is solid for frozen pies. I can do 2 at once and not end up with a pale crust on the bottom. Toast is toast. It handles a lot of slices, which is great when people are over, though the very edges can be a shade lighter. Now the stuff you actually feel in a kitchen. It's big. It fits under my cabinets, but it's wide and it radiates heat. I give it breathing room on the sides and don't set anything plastic near it. The fan is loud, not unbearable, just present. If I'm talking in the kitchen, I talk a little louder. When I'm roasting something greasy, I can get smoke if drips hit the elements. I learned to line the sheet pan with parchment, keep the crumb tray clean, and not block airflow with loose foil. Condensation is real with frozen breads. I've seen a few drips off the door, and I just keep a towel handy. Cleaning is where this oven demands commitment. Wiping the walls out while it's still slightly warm helps a ton because grease hardens if you wait. The air fry basket is the trouble spot. Stuff bakes onto the mesh and laughs at basic scrubbing. A long soak in hot soapy water and a soft brush gets me most of the way. The pans don't love the dishwasher, so I hand wash them. When the interior starts to look hazy after a few roasts, I do the steam trick. A bowl of water with a splash of vinegar at a low bake temp for about 20 minutes, then a wipe down. The door glass needs attention often if you want to see the food through it. And I baby the handle display. No harsh sprays, just a damp cloth, because I've seen labels start to fade if you're too aggressive. There were a few quirks on day one. It had that new appliance smell. I ran it hot for a while with the windows open, and it went away. I also pay attention to my outlets when it's on. It draws a lot of power, so I don't run my electric kettle on the same circuit at the same time. And because it runs a cooling fan after a cook cycle, I let it finish its cool down before unplugging or shifting it. Compared to what I used before, it's night and day. My old basket air fryer had great crisping, but could only cook for 1 or 2 people. My compact toaster oven struggled with even heat and took ages to toast more than 4 slices. Here I get the volume and evenness of a real oven with the speed of an air fryer, and I don't have to shuffle trays around. Against pricier countertop ovens, I don't miss smart screens or app control. The handle display that shows the rack level is actually useful, and it nails the core cooking. Those fancy extras sometimes feel like things I'd show off once and forget. I'd rather have reliable multi-rack airflow, a bright interior light, and consistent results. The biggest benefits for me have been 2-level cooking without rotation, the quick preheat that nudges me toward roasting instead of defaulting to the microwave, and how well it reheats crispy foods. Those are the things that changed my routine. The trade-offs are the noise, the heat it throws, and the elbow grease required to keep it clean. If you're okay with that maintenance and you've got the counter space, it's a strong value. I've been cooking faster, using less oil, and getting closer to the texture I want without turning on the big oven. That's been worth it. If you're on the fence, think about how often you'd actually use the two racks. If you're mostly toasting a bagel and warming leftovers for one, it might be overkill. If your weeknights look like a full sheet pan of veggies plus a protein, or you're hosting on weekends, this fits the job and earns the real estate. I'm wrapping it there. If you've got questions I didn't cover, or you want me to try a specific recipe in this oven, drop a comment and I'll test it. If this video helped, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and let me know your experience with this model or what you're comparing it to. Thank you for watching.